Beckham and Nicola Peltz decided to take a breather from the constant media glare and escape to the sun-soaked French Riviera. It's the kind of vacation that screams breezy promenades, Mediterranean sunsets, and no shortage of stunning photo ops. But this isn't just about travel and relaxation. For those watching closely, this trip feels like more than a getaway. It's being seen by many as a subtle retreat from the rising tensions between Brooklyn and his side of the family, the Beckhams. With rumors swirling about ongoing drama, some are wondering, is this just a summer holiday or a strategic move to let things cool off? Whispers about friction between Nicola and her mother-in-law, Victoria Beckham, have been around since before the wedding, but lately, they've picked up serious steam. The latest twist: Brooklyn's younger brothers, Romeo and Cruz, unfollowed both Brooklyn and Nicola on Instagram. In the world of celebrity families, that's no small gesture. It's practically a flashing neon sign that all is not well. Fans didn't take long to piece it together, speculating that something big must have happened behind the scenes to trigger that kind of public digital fallout. And just like that, the internet was ablaze with new theories, debates, and a fresh wave of Beckham Peltz drama content. In the middle of the chaos, Brooklyn and Nicola were spotted strolling the elegant streets of Nice, France. Far from looking stressed or distant, the couple appeared completely at ease with each other. They were matching in tone and mood, dressed to kill yet effortlessly relaxed. Nicola wore an outfit that felt like a Pinterest board come to life, a woven raffia bag hanging at her side, stylish platform sandals giving her some height, and a muted beige ensemble that was both trendy and timeless. Brooklyn kept it simple with a polished summer look, white shirt, linen shorts, and a demeanor that said he couldn't care less about what anyone online was saying. They looked like a couple who had made a conscious decision to shut out the noise, and in that moment, it worked. The tension reportedly dates back to the wedding planning phase. Victoria, initially excited to be involved, had offered to design Nicola's wedding dress. It was a move that many saw as symbolic, a way of welcoming Nicola into the family and publicly showing support. But things took a turn when Victoria later pulled out, citing unknown reasons. That one decision snowballed into countless rumors. Some accused Nicola of being cold or difficult, while others painted Victoria as controlling. Nicola eventually spoke out, explaining that Victoria couldn't complete the dress and that she simply chose another designer. She's even worn Victoria Beckham clothing since, but people haven't let go of that one detail. For many, the wedding dress story became shorthand for they don't get along, even if the truth may be far less dramatic. The wedding itself wasn't short on awkward moments either. One particularly talked about incident came during the reception, when Mark Anthony, who has long been a close friend of the Beckham family, gave a speech that stirred up more trouble than it intended. During his toast, he praised Victoria Beckham as the most beautiful woman in the room. While the comment may have been meant as a lighthearted tribute, it reportedly struck a nerve with Nicola, who was, after all, the bride. Witnesses claimed she was visibly upset, and some said she even cried. For a day that was supposed to be all about her, hearing someone gush over her mother-in-law in front of hundreds of guests must have been more than a little disheartening. Since the wedding, the subtle jabs and distant gestures have only fed the narrative of a divided family. Brooklyn hasn't made much effort publicly to shout out his parents or acknowledge family milestones on social media. What he has done, however, is make it crystal clear where his heart lies with Nicola and the Peltz family. He's regularly seen attending Peltz family events, showering them with affection, and expressing gratitude for their closeness. His public admiration for Nicola's father, billionaire Nelson Peltz, is especially notable. For fans who've followed Brooklyn since childhood, this growing gap between him and the Beckham clan is hard to ignore. Even as Victoria tries to keep things civil, the bond between Brooklyn and his birth family seems to be fraying. Behind closed doors, we may never know the full extent of what's going on, but it doesn't take much to see that lines have been drawn. Brooklyn appears to be standing firmly beside Nicola, not just in their marriage, but in life. Whether this means the relationship with his family can eventually heal or whether the split will deepen over time is still unclear. What's obvious is that Brooklyn has chosen his path, and he's not hesitating to walk it. He and Nicola are presenting a united front, one filled with love, fashion, and a refusal to let drama dictate their next move. Their vacation in the French Riviera might be about sunshine and shopping, but but it's also a powerful message. They're in this together. Come rain, rumors, or relatives. Observers have noticed how Nicola and Brooklyn have shifted their energy inward, focusing more on their relationship and shared lifestyle than playing into the family drama that continues to swirl around them. From launching cooking videos together to sharing glimpses of their home life, the couple appears intent on shaping their own narrative, one where their bond comes first. And while critics may argue that Brooklyn's detachment from the Beckham name is a sign of rebellion or immaturity, others see it as a young man choosing peace and emotional safety over complicated loyalties. Whether it's a conscious boundary or a necessary emotional reset, Brooklyn's commitment to Nicola seems unwavering. Meanwhile, Nicola has been steadily building her own image as someone unbothered by public judgment. Her social media presence is curated, stylish, and occasionally vulnerable, often showing her support for causes or spotlighting sweet moments with Brooklyn. But she's no stranger to public scrutiny, being married into a high-profile British family while coming from her own circle of wealth and fame brings its own pressures. The perception that she's at odds with her in-laws only intensifies the spotlight on her every move. Yet, she carries herself with calm poise, never directly addressing the drama, letting the silence speak volumes. The Beckham family, known for their polished public image and tight-knit dynamic, has remained relatively quiet about the growing distance. Victoria, especially, has chosen to maintain a professional front, continuing to work on her fashion brand and appearing at high-profile events. She's posted sweet birthday messages and nostalgic family photos that include Brooklyn, subtly indicating a hope for reconciliation. David Beckham, too, hasn't spoken publicly about the supposed rift, but fans are reading between the lines, whether it's who's showing up at family dinners or who's missing from group photos. In a world where absence says as much as words, their silence feels loud. Among fans, there's a divide. Some feel for Victoria, viewing her as a mother navigating a difficult phase with her oldest son. Others empathize with Brooklyn, interpreting his actions as protective, shielding his wife from toxic dynamics and setting boundaries that many couples in their 20s struggle to enforce. Social media has become a battleground for these opinions, with people dissecting every interview, every post, and every snub. It's the kind of drama that plays out like a Netflix series, only it's real lives and real emotions being put on display. There's also speculation about how this public tension could affect the brand the Beckhams have built over decades. Their family unit has long been a cornerstone of their global appeal, charming, aspirational, close-knit. But if the narrative continues to show division, it could cast a shadow over their polished image. At the same time, Nicola and Brooklyn have begun carving out their own identity as a couple, one that blends American affluence with creative ambition. It's a different kind of brand, less about tradition and more about freedom. In some ways, that contrast is at the heart of this quiet family split, even if a reconciliation is possible down the line. What's unfolding now is the natural growing pains of two powerful families merging through marriage. There's love, there's ego, there's history, and it's all happening in public view. Brooklyn and Nicola seem to be saying, "This is who we are now, take it or leave it." Whether their stance will heal wounds or deepen divides remains to be seen. But one thing is clear, they're walking into the future hand in hand, even if it means walking away from the past.